about 4 months ago, we bought a Porsche Cayenne and a Porsche Boxster. I'm still not sure why I did it or why I bought the ones I did, but they were both not in great condition. We attempted to fix the wiring on the right headlight and we ended up here. We've changed the BCM, updated all the lights, all the wires. We've uncovered a bunch of wires that aren't wired correctly. This is where it's landed us. The fuse box full of water. As you see in the other videos, the Porsche Cayenne has a stack of issues. We had to do brakes, rotors, tires, the hood lining's falling down, the seats are torn, the aircon doesn't work, the ignition didn't work, there was wires everywhere. So we bought ourselves a headache, and I'm going to be stubborn and I'm going to try and fix this thing. Hammering down rain, and as we put them on, only one side's working. So far we've done the brakes and rotors. We had an auto electrician come out to understand why the ignition had been rewired to a button underneath the dash, and we found out why, because the fuse box was full to the top of water. Now, I'm sure that the fuse box is not meant to be full of water. So we put some holes in it, drained it out, and discovered that a lot of the wires underneath the fuse box were corroded, hence why the electrical system didn't work and everything had to be bypassed. So we repaired all that, spent some money, spent some time, and have it all fixed, and now the ignition works just like it should do. But the issue still remains. We still have a massive oil leak, the aircon doesn't work, the seats are still torn to shreds, and there's a massive vibration driving from 60 to 100k an hour. So after fixing the ignition, the next thing to fix is the vibration, because it's almost impossible to drive because the car shakes so ferociously. I first assumed that it would have been in the tires. So we replaced the tires, road forced the tires. This vibration is still there. So the next thing to do then is to replace the tail shaft, the Camden shaft they call it, which is, when I searched on Google, vibration Porsche Cayenne 2004, this is the most common fault that came up. So I bought a new one, and today we're going to install this one, and we're going to see if we can fix that vibration that is happening and hopefully get to a point where this car can at least be driven on a daily basis. And as you know, I'm not a mechanic and I have arthritis all through my hands, so I can't actually squeeze a lot of things or do a lot of things with my hands. As I get older, it gets very frustrating. So I'm asking one of my guys to give me a hand on this one, and he's going to come in early this morning and replace this tail shaft for me. And then we'll take it for a drive, and fingers crossed that this will solve the vibration issue. And then we're just waiting on some parts, some door actuators, and we're waiting on some parts for the aircon system because a lot of the electrical was corroded, and we think that replacing a few of those sensors will hopefully fix that issue. But today we're doing the tail shaft, and we'll see if we can at least drive this thing daily. One thing you will notice is old Whitebeard here does a lot of supervising, we're going to call it, while Ash gets all of the work done. Well, it's not really a two-man job, but I'm just going to hold onto this hoist here while I watch Ash finish removing this piece. Well, this section here, we start to remove the exhaust so we can get access to the tail shaft, and we really didn't think the exhaust would be this heavy, but it was super heavy, and you're about to see it fall on our heads. Now you can see here the CV end of this shaft is totally cooked, and this here should not be moving as freely as this. That center bearing is wasted. So we definitely needed to get this done, and really thankful that we got it done. Yep, that's right. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. I'm actually doing some work here.
putting the final touches on here, and then we get to take it for a drive to see if this actually fixes the issue of the vibration.
Alright, so we've replaced the tail shaft. We've taken the exhaust off, so it's going to be a bit loud in here. Yes, yes. The sweet sound of a V8. So we'll take it in the 80 zone, and judging by the state of that tail shaft, yes. Judging by the state of that tail shaft, I'm pretty confident that that would have been the issue that was causing that vibration. Alright, so we'll take it for a test drive now, see if we've taken that vibration out in the sort of 60 to 80 zone. We'll just take it for a quick drive. We've left the exhaust muffler off at this stage, because we're going to take it into the shop and see if we can make it sound a bit tougher, a bit meaner. It does sound pretty awesome. It's nice to hear a V8 sound like a V8. Yes. So far so good. Sitting smooth at 60. Very, very smooth. Way smoother than it did before. Alright, this is the test. Magic. Beautiful. Car sits beautifully on the road. Just magic. So there we go. We're up to 60k an hour, 80k an hour in the 80 zone here, and the car is running very, very smoothly. Way better than it was before. So it's really nice to know that sometimes you spend some money, replace some parts, and it actually fixes the problem, which doesn't happen all the time, and it sure is rewarding when you actually can fix the issue. So next video, I think we're going to be looking at putting a lift kit in and fixing these seats. We're going to get these front seats refurbed and possibly that hood liner. But the Porsche Cayenne build continues. Not many things make a man happier than the sound of a V8 engine. V10, V12. Yes!